Hello friends, this is Shivakkumar, and first I like to share my thanks and thanks for the continuous support, and thanks for subscribing my channels and giving likes to my videos. Really happy on seeing my overwhelming likes and actually I can say subscriptions and everything. So thanks for that, and actually heard actually from my many of the many of our friends. So they are giving mails that actually my videos are really useful, and actually so compared to kind of a traditional way of taking the SAP flows and everything, right? That actually everyone can do. So I like to give the business process, and then in a high level actually I can say the main parameters or main differences or process how to map in SAP. So we have different line of business. Everything can be. I'm trying to map everything, and I hope actually the my videos will be very useful for the even actually for the experienced consultants, and then having persons having 15 to 10 to 15 years, then below 6 years or 3 years, or even for the college students, and those who are coming to SAP as a fresher with the domain experience in WM, SD, PP, all these things actually for all those people actually my videos are very useful, and I hope actually it is informative too. And then actually I heard actually, recently I got, one person from, when he is doing MBA final year, so he asked me actually, he likes my videos very much. So I feel very happy actually. If at least one, anyone can be, if benefited, I will, I'm the first person to get happy on that. Okay. So let's move on to the comparison, because this thing actually I have already posted on video on the SAP WM and EWM comparison, but actually in detail actually say I can say actually the functionality wise, and then actually the system setup wise actually we have some differences. So I will take this as a part of one, and so functionality or business process wise, right? Inbound, outbound, internal warehouse process, related movements. So I will create a second video on that, on the comparison, on the background of comparison between SAP WM and SAP EWM. So thanks again. Let's move on to the comparison part. So the first thing, okay. So as a SAP WM, actually, as everybody know, actually those who are, no, new to them, actually, I understood actually. I have created, what is SAP WM and what are the functionalities, and also I will create actually the video on SAP WM related informations, the functionalities, how the material can be taken or put away, or how the material be picked, how the internal warehouse movement can be taken place, how the WM can be integrated. Definitely I will do one video, but here this is the comparison video, right? So SAP WM, as everybody know, actually is a basic warehouse process. Actually we have inbound, outbound, cross tracking, physical inventory, and bin to bin transfer, storage type to storage type, and then actually bin inventory level, and we have a storage unit, handling unit management, serial number management is available in WM. And then actually we have strategies, various strategies, put away strategies, picking strategies are available, and two-step picking, immediate TO confirmation, automatic TO confirmation to the background job, oral UAT, UATA 10, all these things for TR to TO conversion, everything will we have. But these are considered as a basic WM, in the sense actually this WM will be considered, will come as a add-on or a kind of inbuilt functionality in case of a logistic and everything, right? Actually in ECC as well as S4 HANA thing, actually we have this coming as a inbuilt functionality. And when I started working in SAP in the earlier 2003 and all, so those days actually WM will be an, will not come in the that R3 system, old systems, right? So in that case, actually, is mean R3 4.A, I'm 4.3 or 4.B. I'm not sure, but actually we have very limited functionality. We need to run, I can say, we need to activate that component WM, I mean the logistic WM component. Then only we get the all the functionalities, required functionalities. That is what SAP has introduced those days. And later on, actually, when coming to I mean 4.6b and all, actually, so slowly they have added the functionalities. And for when coming to 4. Say I mean 4.7 series, and finally 4.7e, we have the WM functionality. And ECC5, actually we have that functionality. I mean we have the WM functionality, but actually it is not getting that much popularity. And so immediately SAP has migrated to ECC6. So till that time, actually based on the client requirement, as already told, actually till that 2030 onwards, I think, I mean till 2030. So we have WM, I mean ECC in hand. So many clients who already migrated to ECC can continues to use that SAP WM ECC. But after that, actually the point of question, actually they need to migrate. So many of the clients, actually big giants like Coke, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and then actually Ford, Caterpillar kind of companies, right? They are big giants. So the spending on the EWM part is not a big challenge for them. So they have migrated actually to EWM. And then actually say by 2007 onwards, actually the Ford is a first client who implemented SAP EWM. So it's really a good thing. Actually we have now actually big or advanced optimized warehouse functionality in EWM. So that will totally make other systems to move back. And SAP is standing first in the ERP point of view, not only ERP SCM point of view and warehousing point of view. So let's move on. Actually say why a particular company need to choose a EWM when comparing to WM, right? In a current scenario, because in current market scenarios we have a lot of complexity in the market drives, and then competition, and even the process is much more complicated from one country to another country due to regulations and everything, material handling practices, goods manufacturing practices, a lot of things are there. So I can say we need to go for optimization and then improve their own business process. For that, definitely they need to go for EWM, right? That is what actually, I mean, in my understanding, I mean, we have many factors. So I mean transparent material monitoring, I mean movement monitoring, warehouse activities, I mean actually a lot of and specialized warehouse process are there. We can track the labor process, and then involvement of labor in put away, picking, or of process, or cross docking, or internal movements. We can do n number of things in SAP EWM. So that's what we are going for SAP EWM in current scenario. So let's move on to the difference. So first point is in WM, right? Stock and bin management functionality is available, and even in EWM also stock and bin management functionality is available. Actually in actually we have the inventory at the storage location level, and now actually in WM we have some inventory at the bin level, right? So that is important. And second point of difference, we can define single fixed bin in WM, whereas in SAP EWM we have multiple fixed bin assignment is possible based on the business process. Okay. And when coming to the dynamic bin functionality for connecting any bins to the production sources, right? Actually, even in control cycle or MES, manufacturing execution system, based on the business requirement, we need dynamic bins. So the dynamic bin functionality is available in SAP WM, whereas in EWM we are not having any dynamic functionality. So actually, we cannot go for for process integration or manufacturing integration on control cycles or whatever it may be. We cannot depend on dynamic bin functionality, as that it is not available in EWM. So as a next point, fourth point, storage unit management. So storage unit management is a main concept, and it is coming as a default in SAP WM. So it helps to optimize warehouse space, right? Whereas in case of storage, EWM, we are not having storage unit management functionality. So instead of EWM will have HU functionality by default, right? Instead of SU, right? That is the main important. So EWM will have only HU, and there is no SU concept. That is the main difference. Because actually in WM you need to assign SCM will come as a default at the storage location level. You can activate or without activating the storage unit management at the storage location level, we can define that. Then actually, if 1:1 ratio, say 1 SU is equal to 1 HU, that is also fine. Or 1 is equal to 1 storage unit management is equal to many HUM, that is also possible. So collection of HUs can be done with the SU, right? And within SU, we have many HUs and units, right? That is important. So we have the fifth point actually, right? So placement and removal strategies are similar in WM and EWM. Okay. So that is what I mean. Whatever the put away strategies actually, open storage or fixed bin storage. Say I can say actually nearest picking bin, high or low level thing picking, and then say actually then actually bulk storage, maximum number of SU storage. Those put-away strategies are available in both the WM and EWM, whereas the picking first in first out, stringent FIFO, and then LIFO, SLED, that is shelf life expiration date. All these things can be available actually, say in put away partial bin first, everything, right? So all these things actually same like WM, we have all the strategies in EWM, we can make utilize of that strategies. Okay. And then in WM, we have serial number is used with HU only with a limited utility, right? So, I mean, configuring, I can say actually in my experience, serial when a WM with HU and serial number will be more complex. Actually, we need to depend more on the SAP support, and as well as actually we need to have a lot of, I mean, OSS functionalities and everything will be there actually. So when simple WM, it is very easy, and with HU, WMHU integrated, cancelling the transfer order, everything is very quite complex, right? Where in case of EWM, the serial number is also there, and HU, I can say HU will be, HU concept is more, and actually so flexibility is more, and we can have process optimization, and breakthrough can be done actually. Process, I can say we can adjust the stock based on the exact thing. We can do a lot of things actually in case of inventory management, right, in EWM. So replenishment in case of SAP WM is possible, and the same functionality replenishment is available in SAP EWM. So there is no big change. Okay, the transaction wise and step wise we have a difference, but the process is same available in replenishment is available in both the WM and EWM. And now let's move on to the picking logic. Is I mean that functionality is available in SAP WM. Same like in EWM also we have picking logic. Okay, and then handling unit management is used in WM, and same that is used in EWM also. So HM is available in both the I can say both the WM and EWM. And now let's move on to the next I mean actually part. So yard management is utilized in SAP WM, and it is coming as a LE yard management, right? And the same yard management is used in SAP EWM with optimized features, right? For get in, get out, and truck in, truck out, everything. And then expected GR is not used in SAP WM, and the expected GR is used in SAP WM in the dedicated or a decentralized warehouse system, because all the data can be located. I mean, which is not all the data cannot be located, because as a decentralized system, you need to connect through the QRFCs. There is SMQ1, SMQ2 with the APOC functionality, right? In case of decentralized EWM, when connected to ERP, whereas in case of SAP S4HANA embedded EWM, there is no APO functionality. There is no SMQ1, SMQ2 queues. Nothing is required. No monitoring required, because all the data can be inbuilt available in the HANA system. So there is no expected GR functionality in case of embedded SAP EWM on S4 HANA. Okay, that is important. And then when coming to value added service not used that functionality is not in WM. So value added in the sense consolidation, deconsolidation, repacking, and everything, right? So those kind of functions, value added services cannot be, that functionalities are not available in WM. Whereas in value added service VAS, simply called VAS in EWM, can be much more optimum used in case of EWM, in case of put away, picking, internal warehouse movements, and everything. And when you are talking about opportunity cross docking, it is well used in SAP WM, or in case of SAP EW, sorry, In SAP WM, we have cross-docking. So, but in opportunity cross-docking is not in SAP WM. Other than retail cross-docking, everything is utilized in WM. But in case of EWM, we have all kind of cross-docking. Opportunity cross-docking is well supported. I hope you know opportunity cross-docking is nothing but instead of storing the material once from the production location, when the material is coming in before, I mean placing before the warehouse, it is immediately yeah, issued to the end customer against an order. There is no need to store the material within the warehouse, right? So once you do GR, immediately you can take that for goods issue. That is a cross docking. So we need immediate TO and say in case of WM, and in case of EWM we have waves and I can say Varo stars, Varo order, all these things will come into picture. Okay, for dynamic, for cross jogging. And in case of WM, SAP WM, we have dynamic dynamic cycle counting is allowed, and we need to define in the material master with the cyclic counting indicators is well supported in SAP WM. In case of SAP EWM, we have dynamic cyclic counting with optimized and advanced features, right? Actually, compared to your WM cyclic counting, EWM cyclic counting is much more optimized. Okay, that is important thing. And then actually we have the in SAP EWM we have consolidation, deconsolidation functionality. So that's what here actually I like to share here. So where is the pen option? Okay, so we have this consolidation functionality, and in SAP EWM deconsolidation consultation. So deconsolidation functionality is not in WM, right? So consolidation is nothing but grouping together the same kind of material based on this material characteristics and grouping together and place that in the I can say the final bin. Or deconsolidation in the sense while picking, you can segregate the materials picked from the particular location, placing in the temporary location based on the customers or based on the material characteristics and the requirement, right? Based on the business, the department requirements, you can segregate to 1 2 3 like that. Actually then actually you can move to the final thing, right? So that is a difference in consolidation and deconsolidation. Consolidation is grouping, deconsolidation is dividing or segregating the material. Okay, stock. And then we have slotting and rearrangement functionality. Those advanced features are not available in SAP WM. But actually I heard actually bin slotting or kind of bin sorting is available in WM, but it is a kind of more expertise actually. When I'm working in one client, actually I think it is a modest link client actually, the working in the bin sorting, right? It's really bin sorting, and sorting is a customized thing. Actually actually we went for the after doing configuration, we went for the I can say customization with the ABAP development, where in case of SAP EWM, we have the sorting and rearrangement functionalities are available. So rearrangement is nothing but properly arranging the material within the bin in a sequence, particular sequence. So that will help you to easily put away or picking time. So the warehouse user cannot get confused with the arrangement of material and everything. So when he get an order or anything, a warehouse stock against a warehouse order, so he can go and take that particular material for picking. So you should order everything, right? That is a very easy functionality in case of SAP EWM. So proper arrangement of slotting and rearrangement is have happen. And slotting is nothing but during the morning time. Actually normally the warehouse user will trigger the slotting functionality. We have a background job, so we can do the slotting functionality in SAP EWM. Okay, that is very quite simple. So all the materials are properly arranged and rearranged, and so user can get a usual idea on which material is sitting on which bin, which storage type. Everything can be tracked. Okay, so we cannot get a confusion there. And when coming to the WM, we have central, I can say it's a basic warehouse management. Now in S4 HANA, with embedded system, we are embedded S4 HANA EWM system, we have basic warehouse management is nothing but SAP WM functionality. SAP is not removing that, they are replacing that. That will become as an, it's an inbuilt functionality with the S4HANA ERP systems. And in case of EWM, with the so-called actually advanced warehouse management that involves interleaving all this like consolidation, deconsolidation, starting and rearrangement, labor management, VAS, everything or optimized or advanced futures. So we are, if the person, I mean, if the client want to get this EWM, they need to purchase a additional money for that, right? So in addition to the SAP ERP purchase, actually S4 HANA system, they need to purchase it in addition, right, with additional cost. And when coming to WM, we have inventory management at the storage location. I mean, actually, bin level inventory management, but limited reporting scope and everything. All the functionalities are very limited. That will come with the default with the ERP system, SAP ERP system. There it is an ECCR is for HANA. Okay. And in case of EWM, we have advanced inventory management optimization features, so-called slotting. That is what I told actually. The arrangement of inventory, right? That is done through the slotting, and every day actually the slotting of the warehouse operation, they will do this bins slotting. Okay, that is very important. And then when coming to SAP WM, it has a inbound processing functionality. So we have VL31N, 32N, VL33N for display, PGA, PGR, and all these things actually. I can say and load and everything happens, right? And in case of EWM, we have an advanced feature. Everything can be taken as a livestock. So in WM, actually, you can do inbound delivery or TO confirmation at any time after some even 2 to 3, even within a maximum, they will have some deadline. Say they need to update the stock within a weeks of time, right? Say for example, the actual in actual warehouse actually they will do delivery or they will receive the material at a certain point of time on 1 May, and actually they will do the system posting of delivery or TO at the 7th May. That is possible. But in EWM, you cannot do like that. Then actually you need to do the process arrangement and everything. So we have that functionality there, and we need to be I mean, ready with the live stock of information in case of EWM. So process overriding everything we have. And so SAP EWM has an inbound processing functionality with inbound delivery optimization, so-called deconsolidation functionality is available, right? So that's what I already told, arrangement. So SAP WMS also having, I can say, outbound process functionality, and SAP EWM also has an outbound processing functionality with outbound delivery optimization, so-called wave functionality. Wave functionality is nothing but you group together the value after you create an inbound delivery notification, inbound delivery, and then actually a warehouse task, and then you are grouping together the warehouse task as into waves, and each wave can be assigned to the warehouse order, and in warehouse order we can see many number of waves and everything. So it is nothing but a collection of warehouse tasks. Waves is nothing but a collection of warehouse tasks. So you can confirm the warehouse task to using the background job, using a background job schedule for the waves. So you can convert confirm the warehouse task, so that actually it will update the warehouse order in turn. Actually it will complete the warehouse order. So then actually you will go for other PGA and everything, right? That is for outbound functionality in EWM. So these are the automations, advanced features available, right? Waves and all these things. And SAP WM supports internal warehouse functionality. So you know, right, if I've been moving from bin to bin or storage type to storage type, you need to create one TO and confirm it, right? For every moment in WM, we need transfer order confirmation. Same like that, SAP EWM also have internal warehouse movement. There actually you need to confirm the warehouse order, everything, right? So warehouse task, warehouse order, everything. So warehouse order is a collection of warehouse task which was grouped using the warehouse waves, right? So the same thing we need to confirm using the warehouse order, and in both WM and EWM we can confirm this order using that RF gun. That is possible. And SAP WM does not support dock appointment scheduling functionality. Okay, that's what I, the yard and dock management kind of functionalities, right? The dock appointment scheduling, those kind of features are not available in WM because it is a very old system. And in case of SAP EWM, we have dock appointment scheduling functionalities available because SAP has step by step they have monitored and they collected the opinion from the clients and from experts from from the industry leaders, and they formed this SAP EWM functionality, right? So that is what the SAP EWM will have, doc appointment scheduling functionality. Okay. And second and next thing, physical inventory process supported in SAP WM, as already told, actually manual or cyclic counting or periodic counting is possible in SAP WM, similar to the inventory management, where in case of SAP EWM we have advanced inventory inventory process or inventory counting. All these things are available. Okay. And in case of SAP WM, we are not having a labor management functionality as a separate module, or even actually we cannot have a standard labor management functionality in the WM. So for that, actually, when I'm working in a Coke, I think actually we have created the print on demand functionality, which supports the client to have more, I mean, to assign the warehouse manager to assign the task to each and individual warehouse contract labors. And then how many, I mean, if anyone is getting freed, actually he will be get an assignment of stock placement or picking operation, so that actually there is no disputes between the contract labors. So one person is overloaded and one person is sitting free. So those kind of issues are not available if we have a, I mean, a labor management, but that is missing in SAP WM. So that is what we are creating, SAP print on demand. So it will guide you which user is assigned to the picking row, which assignment, which contract user is assigned to the placement strategy. So everything will be monitored properly, and actually the warehouse manager will get an eye to eye contact or a monitoring kind of thing on the I mean on those users which are sitting free, right? So the same kind of function. So in WM we need to go for customized solution. In case of EWM, we have labor management as a separate module, so we can track all this labor management, every the labors working as a contract labors in WM in warehouse, and you can directly interact with them. You can assign properly. You can manage them individually, because contract labor is nothing but they are getting daily wages, right? They are for temporary work in the warehouse. So we need to pay at the end of the day. So we need to have efficient data collection of labors, how many hours he worked, when he entered the warehouse, when he left the warehouse, how many picking he done, how many put up he done, how many internal warehouse done, these are he employed in any special material handling, everything, right? How many hours he went on the forklifts and everything, how many hours he went on, I can say, lunch and everything, free time, coffee time, everything can be monitored, which help him to get. I mean, we can link that to the I mean salary and wage management, because all the details can be linked in a single situated in a single platform HANA. So wage management is efficient, right? So in case of old WM, we need to link these work centers. We need to map this resource to work centers, and then actually the work centers can be linked to the HR module, and there you can you need to combine. I mean, get the wage. I mean, how many hours that particular person has worked, and then based on the salary and wage management is there. So actually, we need to link PP and HR in SAP ERP, ECC, or S4HANA. Okay, that is a difference. And SAP WM does not support a special process that is called kit to stock or kit to order functionalities. Or in case of EWM, we have kit to stock, kit to order functionalities based on the customer requirement. We can do with the standard SAP, and if you want to go for customization, that is also possible. And then warehouse billing is not supported in SAP WM. There is no financial part in SAP WM. Whereas in case of SAP EWM, we have the financial integration. That is, warehouse billing is possible directly rise from the EWM, right? That is important. That is the main difference. Even actually for the warehouse person, he cannot depend on the I mean, I can the finance or guy to have I mean FI integration, but rather he can work on the billing part and can transfer to the finance department, right? And guy. And then warehouse structure in SAP or WM has three character codes, say for example 100 or 001, like that. But in case of EWM, this four character code, warehouse number 1000 or 0001 or whatever it may be, based on your selection. And now, if you think on the SAP WM, storage type is defined which is either HU manage or non-HU manage. You know, right? Actually, HUs can be defined. HU management is activated at the storage location level, right? In case of WM, and in case of SAP EWM, SU concept is totally avoided, which is replaced by the HM, that is handling unit management functionality. And in case of SAP WM, we have HUM is activated at the storage location level. Okay. And in case of SAP EWM, HU and non-HU functionality is allowed in the same storage type or the same storage bin, right? So that is a important thing, right? So in case of WM, actually, I mean, we cannot handle both. I mean, for the same storage type, we cannot have both HU and non-HU thing is not there. But in EWM, we can do. Okay. And in SAP WM, maximum bin length is 10. Okay, that is a nomenclature. And in case of EWM, maximum bin length is allowed is 18. So in case of SAP, no, I mean SAP WM, no unique bin number in warehouse storage type is allowed, right? If you are doing the same unique storage type, it will get. I mean, system won't allow that. Okay. I mean, we have two bin with the same bin number is not allowed. Okay, it will throw error. You cannot first of all create. So, but in SAP EWM, we have the bin number unique in warehouse. Uh, we cannot. I mean, I can say we can assign a two bin number. I mean, two bin numbers with the same bin. I mean, same bin number actually. So I think actually while typing, I have written here wrongly. Actually, we cannot. I mentioned, but we can assign two bins with the same bin number. That is important in case of EWM. And when coming to dynamic bins are allowed in SAP WM for process or production integration, as already told, for the linkage of production process. In case of SAP EWM, we do not have the concept of dynamic bins. And in case of SAP WM, one possible fixed bin per material is possible. And in case of EWM, we have multiple possible fixed bins per each of the material is available. That is the main difference. Okay, multiple fixed bins per material. And in case of SAP WM, we cannot have a central cockpit monitor or WM monitor is available. In case, I mean, we need to, if we need to go for the monitor, then we need to customize things. So we have, say, RF monitors are available, but for standard WM features, actually, we are not having. But in case of EWM, we have standard monitoring transactions are available, or standard managing screen is available, transactions are available. So we can do whatever we can do, right? In case of we can track the material, which material is related to warehouse task is not confirmed, which warehouse order transfer, I mean, warehouse order is not confirmed. All these things can be tracked using the warehouse cockpit or warehouse monitor in case of WM. Okay, so we have a CWM/MON kind of things are available in case of SAP EWM. And then compared to in case of SAP WM, we have I can say in SAP WM we have I mean limited warehouse functionality. We know LX26, LX03, LS24, LT21, LT23, LT24. All these things actually say MP52. These are the standard transaction, and if we need to have a customized thing, customized report or any client specific report, we need to go for customization. Whereas in case of EWM, we have advanced EWM monitor. I mean, custom. I mean, I can say monitor and reporting purpose. So customization actually we cannot depend more on the customization, but I can say in case of on-premise EWM we can do, that is decentralized warehouse with on-premise. Actually we can do we can develop a report. In case of embedded EWM on S/4HANA on a cloud technology, we cannot go for a customized or developed functionality. So we need to approach SAP, and then actually they will develop the report and push through the cloud, right? That is important. So we have the limited development thing. And when in case of EWM or in case of WM, sorry, compared to SAP EWM, SAP WM we have less reporting functionality. And in that is what I'm saying, EWM we have improved we have improved report generation. So we have the optimized thing, right? So that is the important thing. And in case of WM, we don't have advanced feature, that is warehouse task and warehouse order and all these things, right? Waves grouping together with, actually we have waves for collecting the transfer order and confirming it in case of WM, but warehouse task and the I can say real time inventory management or stock management is not available in WM. Or in case of SAP EWM, we have efficient manage of activities like inbound process, truck in, truck out, loading and unloading, PGR, PGA, everything is live, right? So whatever you are doing in warehouse, real warehouse, you need to parallelly, you need to run that in the update that in SAP EWM systems. Otherwise, actually, there is a stock mismatch. So we have better precision within the warehouse task, right? So that is those are considered as an important thing. So, in case of SAP WM, we cannot have a, migration in phases with comprehensive mapping, right? So that kind of phase migrations or comprehensive mapping of business process is not available. But in EWM, we have the migration between the phases and comprehensive mapping is well supported. And in case of SAP WM, we did not have an automation of integration with material flow systems. MFS is nothing but a material flow systems. So those automation or integration is not automated or inbuilt or tailor-made automations are not possible. Or in case of SAP EWM, we have automation with SAP MFS, and we have automated integrations and interfaces are available with for ASRS and everything, right? So automated warehouse systems and everything is possible. These are, is a inbuilt functionality of SAP EWM. Okay, so automation is unavoidable in EWM. So that is what we are going for. Clients are going for SAP EWM. And in case of SAP WM, we have some limitations in tracking of serial numbers or serialization, right? We have very limited, and we have transaction and development. In case of serialization is requires high efficient and high expertise developer is required. But in case of EWM, we have full tracking of serial numbers and serialization is possible with EWM. So all the functionalities are inbuilt with the EWM. So no need for going for customized reports or tracking of serial numbers. Okay. And in case of SAP WM, we did not have the optimized planning and monitoring of resources functionality. I already told. So we need to go for the customized development to track the resources and labor activity. That is what I told the print on demand POD. And in case of SAP EWM, we have the optimized planning and monitoring of resource functionality, which not only improves the warehouse efficiency, but also from SAP system side, we have good tracking of materials and activity. Okay. And in case of SAP WM, we did not have such an advanced features of yard management, right? We can track each and individual truck and everything coming and going out of the yard, right? So we can track that. And in case of EWM, we have increased yard management features and functionality in the upgraded versions of SAP EWM, and SAP is upgrading the versions and each functionalities with each version against each versions, right? So it is in coming versions in our future, it will be much more optimized. So definitely SAP will replace all the ERP softwares, okay, in the market. And so then now we have embedded in S/4HANA with cloud option for better control of yard control. Okay. And in case of SAP WM, we do not have such accuracy on inventory or forecast of stock. But in case of EWM, we have more picking accuracy for the product on demand with the sorting, and much more accuracy on the inventory planning or inventory optimization or inventory tracking, inventory movement. Everything is possible with EWM. So this video actually I like to share because actually I like to give the functionalities and system wise thing. And in my second part of video, I would like to compare on the inbound process wise, outbound process wise, and bin to bin functionalities, everything, right? So we will go in deeper between this comparison of SAP WM and EWM. Thanks for watching my video. This is